Hey everybody, it's Chris Thomas, chairman of the Escort Marshals, and my co-chair is Bryan Watson. Most of you know us, but for those of you that don't, we want to do a quick video this morning, whatever time you're reading or seeing this, on a few things coming up, what we do and everything. A reminder, some of you new people, I want to remind you that we of course walk with all the larger crowds, top players. We're there to help them get from green to tee. We walk in the rough by the ropes, not in the fairway. We want to make sure no one does that. Also, if the ball goes outside and we need to go outside the ropes, we need to do that. Also, if the crowd is so large that there's no one out there and there are people moving around, we may need to go outside the ropes into that area. There's some areas on the course that are very important, and Bryan's got this fancy screen up here.
By the way, this is a new line screen, and yes, I sell these for Konica Minolta, so if you need one for your company, your school, or your church, give me a call.
Okay, he sponsored this, by the way.
Sponsored by Konica Minolta.
So anyway, so from on the back, this area here from 13 to 14 is a road, and sometimes the ropes aren't up, and one of the things we do is we go ahead of the players. We'll have someone in front to make sure the ropes are up, going from green to tee. That's very important because a lot of times the crowd gets intermingled. So two big areas that happens. Whoa, okay. From 13 to 14 on the back, there's this road, and it's a lot of times that they do not have the ropes up. And if you look up here, from 1 to 2 is another area. There's a road where a lot of times they don't have them up. And while we're pointing at this, the volunteer tent, you'll be dropped off at the volunteer tent, and I'll talk about that in just a minute, but that's there. But that's a layout of the course. But those are the two big areas that we need to look at the getting from green to tee. And like over here from 14, 15 is everything. When you come off 14, a lot of times we don't need to go to the tee box on 15 because the crowd can't really get there. So a lot of times we'll go to the landing area. And so let me talk about that too. Excuse me for my allergies. So anyway, but yeah, talking about that, well, depending on the crowd, we'll either have 3, 5, 6 of us with people. We're going to have captains, someone, people that have done this a lot. So they'll sort of be the one that says, hey, you go here, you go here. We need to make sure everyone knows who their captain of their team is. That'll alternate or rotate days to day. But they'll help you know where to go. But we'll have someone out in front, parallel in the middle with the team or with the players, and in the back to help keep the crowd from coming up. So anyway, a lot of times you don't even need to stand on the tee box. That's one thing I wanted to mention. We don't need to stand on the tee box or the greens unless there's no marshals there. So you can go ahead and get to the landing area because usually most of the tee boxes have someone there. Let's see, and also look for the hole captain. They should have a radio to see if they need you to stand on the tee box, because they may actually say, hey, I need your help, or they may tell you, especially on the par threes, to line up down the fairway.
That's actually orders. That's what your captain does, right? So the captain will be assigned to 2 to 4 others. The teams of normally 2, 3, or 5. The captain will be checking in with the hole captain to see if they have any extra needs while you guys are on that particular hole.
Great point. Yeah. And, also, you're going to be getting a handbook at some point. I think you might get it when you get your uniform, which that information will come out from Annie. We'll be sending out some more information, but Annie will send out information on picking up uniforms. And if you live outside 50 miles, they'll mail them to you. Wednesday's not one of our working days. It's not one of our days that we're scheduled to work. But we're going to meet at 11 o'clock. At the volunteer tent. We'll eat lunch, and then we'll go out on the course at 11:30. Those that can make it. If you can't make it, that's okay. Don't freak out, even if you're new. We're going to pair you with someone that's done this before. But we may actually walk some holes that day just to sort of practice anyway. But on your days to work, be in the volunteer tent 1 hour before your tee time. That's very important because we have people that run late, and I don't know about it, and we don't know where you are. And we want to get you checked in, let you eat lunch, and then from there, go out on the course.
So if your tee off is like 8 a.m., I would shoot to get to parking by 6:30.
Yeah, parking's gotten better in the last couple of years, right, but you just never know, and there's certain times where it's more crowded. So yes, definitely do that. And we will be, when you come in the volunteer tent, for those that you don't know, or that don't know, as of now, we will be in the back left corner. We're going to try to have a couple of tables like we had before, reserved for escort marshals. Anyway, so remember that. And another reminder, I get people a week out or 2 weeks out saying, what is our tea time? We don't know until the Tuesday night before the tee off on Thursday. So if you're working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, AM or PM, you'll know you'll be working morning or afternoon. We just won't know until Tuesday night what the Thursday and Friday tee times are.
Right.
And the tee times, by the way, there's 70 players Thursday and Friday. They're going off in pairs of 2. Everyone's going off on number 1. There's not going to be a cut, but after Friday, they'll reshuffle based on ranking as far as tee times. So this is a fluid thing. Y'all just need to keep up with that. Bryan set up a few years ago a Facebook page. I think it's St. Jude Escort Marshals.
I'll put the link in when we send out this. I'm going to include a picture of this just so you have a frame of reference and the YouTube link, and I'm going to upload it to the Facebook group where I think it is Facebook groups /marshals or escort, but I'll get you the link.
So there's one thing, and make sure, of course, if you're getting this, hopefully that means your email's correct. If you have friends that are working with you and they say, hey, have you heard anything about the tournament? Make sure you have your correct email in here. We will send out more emails on that, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else right now. Bryan?
Escort marshals, the captains got into a really good habit last year. That if the captain was assigned, if you're a group of 5, the captain would typically text his group to just let him know when he was arriving where to meet with him, because he'll be calling the shots for your round for that day. Wherever he says you're out front, you're in the middle, they'll making those decisions of where you're going and who's got front, back, and middle. It'll all be up to your well-seasoned captain to help you through the round.
And so anyway, I just want to wrap up on this, but make sure you know how to get in touch with me and Bryan. We'll just put our phone numbers in the body of the email or whatever. But if you have any questions, comments, whatever, let us know. I mean, tournament's not till August, the week of the 8th or whatever, but still, we wanted to get this out to you as soon as possible. And then we'll be sending out more information. And if something has happened to your change of days, like the days that you work, then let us know. As we get closer, we can adjust that. But anyway.
One more thing, 100% participation in Hours of St. Jude. Even if that means you sign up and you donate $10 to yourself, hopefully you'll have plenty of time. If you ask 50 people for $20 or 100 people for $10, it'll go by really fast. But get to know where your Hours of St. Jude sign up is for first-time volunteers. And I'll be trying to make some tutorials, but it's really easy to just text some friends your donation link and just get it done. It looks really, they give us a special shirt. I think you have to raise
$250.
Yeah,
for $250.
Yeah.
You get a different colored type shirt.
Right.
Also, before I forget, and then we're going to wrap this up, if you have your paddle from last year, bring it back. They're wanting us to reuse those paddles because it's the same. They're the same. So please bring those back. If you don't have one, can't find it, or you're new, we will have paddles. So anyway, that's all we've got for now.
Yep.
And we'll be getting more information out to you in the near future.
Can't wait to see you, team. Sometimes we have an extra check-in person. Connie or someone else might be helping as well. We'll see you in August. Thanks for watching. And your secret word of the day is technology. So I say, what's the secret word from the video? We'll know. You'll say technology. We'll have fun like that. Thanks. Bye.